What? Are you kidding me? You didn't watch the Benet Embry Show last night? Geez, oh Flip. You know how hard I worked doing that? Well, you're in luck. Here's the re-air. And somebody get this hair out of my face.
The sports segment of the Benet Embry Show.
Take that shot, Mark. Go ahead and take that shot. Get it started.
For my main man, who is the emperor of all knowledge concerning the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to DeMarcus Ware retiring as a Dallas Cowboy. My main man, Mark Holmes.
I don't want to.
Hey, how are we doing tonight, Benet?
What's going on, my man?
Okay, we're actually trying something new. We've been working on the set and stuff here. Hopefully we sound a little bit better. I would say we'd look a little bit better, but if the camera view is better, I'm probably looking worse. But before I go anywhere, I'm going to pour this one, a bottle of the good one, for you, Benet.
Please.
This one is for you, because this is 3 years that I have been on this show with you guys.
Right on.
And I want to thank you, because you gave me the opportunity and you believed in me enough, the guy with the voodoo doll, to be on your show. So I want to thank you, and there's your shot of rum. And since you're not here to drink it, I'm going to drink it for you.
Drink it for him.
Well, that's real shit. I wish you guys had my rum. You should need a rum, too.
Yeah. So,
He said, yeah.
So we got the draft this week coming up, and I cannot wait to get there. We will be reporting live from Philadelphia. Hopefully we won't get shot or beat down or anything else.
Yeah, because I know you wanted to have a straight cowboy girl. That's why I said be careful. The city of brotherly love really don't got a lot of love.
No, they really don't. The Eagles are they're just bad. And you're really not far from New York Giants fans, and that's not going to be much fun either. But back to the Cowboys. We got some fantastic news today about Jaylon Smith. I remember last year when you texted me when I was at the draft, and you were like, well, what do you think about this guy? I said he's a great player, but, he does have that messed up knee.
Right,
well, finally, after rehabbing this foot, which he's been wearing a brace, everybody's seen him doing workouts and stuff like that, he's had nerve damage, and basically it's what's called droop foot. And basically you got a limp foot, kind of like, you got that limp wrist, Benet, I know you got. But his foot, he couldn't raise it up. Well, now the nerves are reacting where he can actually start raising his toes, and it's coming back around. So that bodes well for him in the season coming up.
Well, listen, I caught the remark you said, but I'm going to let it slide because I'm a Christian. Second of all, is that I don't know, man, because he was the number 2 last year, right? And
the second round pick.
Yeah, they taking a hell of a gamble. So will he be able to play this year?
Oh, he'll be working out in the OTAs. He's already been working out, and they were already planning on him playing with the brace on his foot, even if the nerves hadn't regenerated. But if the nerves come back around and his foot does react really well, then lights out. It was one of those gambles, and that's what I was saying, that the Cowboys used to look at getting players from black schools back in the day before anybody else. So Jerry Jones is trying to find players where other people aren't, saying, okay, I'll take a gamble on this guy. We've got our first round pick. We can get this guy in the second round. If he pans out and becomes a player that we thought, then we got him on the cheaps. We tried that with Randy Gregory, and thus far, it blew up in our face. So it may have been worth the risk, especially when you look at the draft that we had last year. We got above and beyond what we deserved last year, getting Dak, Zeke, Brown, Collins. We did fantastic. So if Jaylon Smith is anything, it may go down as one of the best drafts in the history of the NFL.
So that being said, you are no longer Mark Holmes, sports guy. You are Mark Holmes, general manager. Who was your first pick?
Okay.
Who was your first pick?
My first pick, I would love for it to be Taco Sundays for the Dallas Cowboys, and go with Taco Charlton.
That's a real name?
Regardless of what we do, we got to think defense, and we go for the defensive line. I would actually look, if possible, trading back into the second round and trying to pick up an extra pick or two, because this draft is full of defensive linemen and cornerbacks and safeties. There's not a big difference from 28 versus second or third pick in the second round. If you can move back and get an extra pick, I think we'll be able to get an extra body and increase our odds of getting guys that will really help the team.
So you're not concerned about that vacant spot. You have that much faith in that Collins dude after Leary left and Free retired, that we should be all right if we should just go defense.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay, let's call it what it is. Doug Free was not a great tackle. Doug Free cost us many plays between being offsides and having my, as I always call it, the Olay blocks, where basically he's on skates.
Right.
I think Collins will end up being able to take up the slack at guard for Leary, and if we don't have somebody for tackle, he can move back over to tackle because that's what he played in college. Mm-hmm. And it's a lot easier to find a guard or a lesser player to play guard than it is to have a tackle. But he's athletic enough to play left tackle and cover Dak's right side.
All right, Doug. Well, like you haven't been wrong before. You done picked out everything. You told us about Dak Prescott. You told us about everybody. So you would go with defensive line over everything, and then work back to linebacker and corner and safety and all of that.
My philosophy is the reason why the Cowboys offense became so good was they finally realized you build an offense from the offensive line out. If you can protect your quarterback and open up holes for the running back, it makes it that much better for everybody else. You can have great receivers and a great quarterback, but if he doesn't have time, it's not going down the field. And the same is true for the defense. You can have two great corners, as I was telling my fans here on that are live streaming too. You can have two great corners, but if you don't have a pass rush, they're not holding up for 7-8 seconds like we had to against Aaron Rodgers. But if you get two beasts that are rushing the quarterback, that's making him piss down his leg, that's making him forced to throw quicker than he wants to, it's going to keep the linebackers clean. It's going to make the cornerbacks not have to hold up for more than 2 or 3 seconds. It's going to make your defense that much better. You get your biggest bang for the buck with defensive linemen.
I feel you, dog. I hear you. Well, tell folks how to get in contact with you, homie.
Well, definitely go to my YouTube channel because we're going to be live streaming at the draft. We'll be inside on Friday night. We'll be there all day Thursday. We'll be there Saturday. So we'll be live streaming and definitely doing updates on everything that's going on, giving you the sights, the sounds of the draft. And if you guys are there, we're hoping that we'll find you so we can get you onto the Jobu Sports Report. And, of course, every Monday night here on the Benet Embry Show. And check out my Facebook page, CowboyJobu.
All right, Mark, man, we appreciate it, man. Go Cowboys. I cannot wait. How many days is it to kickoff? I'm so sick of basketball and baseball.
I don't want to think about kickoff. Let's just deal with the draft right now and be happy that we have the draft to talk about. And one other thing. Shout out to DeMarcus Ware, who signed a one-day contract and retired as a Dallas Cowboy.
Right on. Well, as he should.